Hello everyone. We're out here again. We've got an absolute beautiful day. I even have the overhead door up in order to help with some of the heat to equalize it out and make the interior of the barn as warm as the outside. But today, that new wall that we just covered, we're going to start getting the electrical put up, or at least getting in that direction. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back and enjoy. I hope you enjoy. I'm going to enjoy it, especially when I start getting power in here, that I can start moving some of my other tools up here. Be right back. Well, one of the things I've decided to do is I'm going to use conduit. And I'm going to come out of here right at the top, and we're going to go up about to that girt right there. We're going to be about 3.5 inches away from that girt because we're going to be going right there over top of that 4x6, and then we're going to come over here, and you can see I've already got it set up here to another conduit, which will make another 90-degree down. And here I have already cut and put these and sized all of these up down through here. Now, I don't think you noticed, but I'll point it out. Everything from there down to there is running in 3/4 inch conduit. Again, that'll go up and over the door and down. But from there on down is only going to be running 1/2 inch conduit. Now what I have to do now is take the pieces and parts of the conduit that I have down here left over and finish this move up and over and down to here. But the reason I'm doing that is because this box here is going to contain a 3-prong 240 plug in it for my radial arm saw. All the rest of these down through here are going to be a 120 for everything else that I use in this shop. The only item in the shop that is 240 will be my radial arm, and that's going to be its permanent location right there. So once I get this temporarily, all of this is temporary, it'll be coming back down. Once I get all of this temporary work done and into here, I'll be removing it, taking it down into pieces and parts, and I will be starting to run this 10 gauge, which is right there, that's 10 gauge wire for the 240. And I'll be running that 12 gauge for the 120. So we'll be back in a little bit, hopefully having the temporary pipe put across there to let you see what that looks like before I take it all apart and start running the wire through it. Okay, I have the conduit temporarily in position. As you can see where I have it running. And once I get, well, now that it is complete, there, now I have to take it all apart, lay it down on the floor, and get my wires run. Now, I will probably go ahead and run these two first, and then everything else will run together. The 10 and the 12 will run together in this 3/4. Now I do not anticipate that to be an easy job. As a matter of fact, I'm anticipating that not to be an easy job at all. But I'll do it one bit at a time. This pipe will be first. When I get it somewhere where I want it, then that elbow, and so forth, so forth, so on and so forth. So I'm getting ready to take it all apart, get it laid out, And I think, like I said, I'll probably start right there and run that piece, and right here and run that. Get that done. And then we'll go from there. Why is it that it seems like every project I do, I always pick the hard way to do it? Now, that down there in the 1/2 inch, that's nothing. I can shove that 12 right through that 1/2 inch with no problem at all. But starting right there, you can see it sticking out. There's the 10 gauge. And come back up here, you can see where the 10 gauge goes straight through. And here's where I have started it all. Now, being that this is salvaged 10 gauge, and I have inspected it to the most part. I don't know if any of you have ever worked with 10 gauge or not, but I'm using a pair of pliers to try to twist this around so that it's straight like the 12 gauge will be, so that I can shove it through the rest of the conduit. I'd set this on a tripod and let you watch, but it's going to take me forever to get it down from here and up and over the door and into that box. But by the time I get there, I will turn this back on and let you see what it all looks like in place before I do the actual connection of the wiring now. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to go up and over right over top of the door, or if I'm going to take it up there, because that's an extra foot. That would be an extra 2 feet to save me. Matter of fact, I think that's probably what I need to do, is cut those those uprights so that it goes right over top of the door rather than clear up there. Don't need to be all the way up there. Alright, just gave myself something else to do. Be back in a little bit. Okay. I know I told you I would show you what it would be like. Well, I got a little carried away. I went ahead and terminated that. That was a toughie because the plate did not match. The holes in the plate did not match. That's the first time I've ever run against that, and I had to drill and tap new hole on the plug itself. But that's a good thing. That's good. Everything's good. Let's put it that way. Okay, 240 volt. That'll be my power for my radio alarm. Now, I went ahead and I put all of the clamps down, and I think I told you I was a little worried about the amount of wire. I cut 11 inches off here. I cut 11 inches off there, and I'll have you look at this. That's where it ended. I couldn't have done that, or it couldn't have been more perfect if I had planned it this way. This wire here, the 10, that was all I had. I told Mrs. Stadhomer if that didn't work, we were going to have to head into Lowe's and buy some, and that stuff isn't cheap. But we didn't. It's going to work, and I'm a little aside myself. Let's put it that way. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and put the plugs in all of these and get them terminated and get them ready, and then I'll come back and start finishing it up inside of the breaker box. Here's something new. As you remember here, or I'm sure you do, I put double gang in here, and when I was getting these, I could not find anywhere a box cap like that. Nowhere. All I could find was ones like this, which is they say a 1/2 inch off, or raise. I like this idea, but here's the weird thing. These mount, the plugs mount to this, and then this goes over there. Here's the hardware to do it with. And then of course, all of the screws that were there, that's what I use for in here. It's, like I said, it's just a little bit different, but I think it's going to be okay. When I get all of these pre-wired and ready to go, then we'll get back on it again and see how it looks over there. I got the first box connected up. Now all I got to do is get the rest of them. But look out that window right there. It's dark, or it's getting there. And it's time to go in. I've been out here long enough. Go and get something to eat. So we'll be back out tomorrow. And just like that, it's all hooked up. Every one of them. Up and over the door and down in and into that breaker and into that breaker. And on top of all of that, every one of these 120 plugs I have checked out with my saber saw. So with that done, we start clearing this out. That's open to be cleared out. The filing cabinet, which is going to be used here, I gotta go somewhere. A lot of that will be going back into the basement. I need to clear out back there in the back because I have some shelves that's going to blow a lot of you away that I have to tear down that's in the basement and bring them up. And I'm going to start my measuring for the leg to go up and go that way and around on that side. I've got plenty to do. But now I got some extra electrical down through this side, which is going to help because now I can bring my radial arm over. And then once I get the table redone on it, it'll be ready to start working. So let's see. Look at this foggy day. Oh, this is dead, Homer. I hope y'all enjoyed your stay. I know I enjoyed getting that little job completed. Don't forget to give us thumbs up, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends. Tell the local street sweeper. We'll catch you all the next time. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye-bye.